Hi all. This is going to be a video on how to set your button mappings for the VR headset in Aces of Thunder. And I've seen people say online that you could use the normal DualSense controller to set it using your normal screen outside of the headset. But the problem with that is that I personally think that what happens when you do that is if you map square on your normal DualSense controller, that's not the same square button as the VR hand controller. So you get once you get in your headset and in the plane, it won't work. So what I do is I'm sitting here in the plane and I press the right menu button to bring up my little board here, and then I'm going to go to controls. And right now I've already set, so you can see the custom controls. And so the most important thing that I always change is this middle section right here. So I like my weapons on the right hand, so I've got fire rocket mapped to circle and bombs mapped to X. And I've got toggle gear mapped to triangle and flaps set to square. But be aware that toggle flaps is not the same as flaps down and flaps up, which I'm about to show you. So what I discovered, a different mapping that will give you more nuance as far as your flight controls. So if you watch the flaps and I press square, it just goes down to that is takeoff flaps. And if I press it again, they come all the way up. So there's only takeoff or nothing. When in reality, what you would want to be able to switch between combat flaps, takeoff flaps, or landing flaps. So again, I'm going to press the menu button on the right hand to get to my board. I'm already in controls. And I'm going to turn off toggle gear, or try if this will work for me. There we go. And turn that off. And you have to be quick when you're mapping these, because once I tap here to activate this option, if you don't respond quick enough, it'll just put some random buttons for you. So I like my flaps down to be the bottom button on my left hand and flaps up to be the top button on my left hand. I don't know, did I say left hand? Left hand, flaps down, left bottom, flaps up, left top. Okay, so I'm going to tap here, square, that's bottom, tap here, triangle, that's top. Okay, now once you do that, you have to go to any other panel to add, so it'll ask you whether you want to save the changes. Yes. And I want to just restart so I could test my new settings. Okay, so now if you watch the flaps, if I tap it once, that's my bottom button, I get my combat flaps. Press it again, there's my takeoff flaps. Press it again, full down, that's my landing flaps. And if I press the bottom button again, it doesn't go any lower. Press triangle, it goes back to takeoff flaps. Press it again, I get my combat flaps. Press it again. So that gives you a lot more nuanced control over your flaps and the various situations where you might want to use them. And it's a much easier way to use that little menu interface to change your settings. And also it does help if your controllers are fully charged. So I hope that helps those of you that are struggling like I have been since the start of the game to figure out that menu interface. And for me, I found that's what works best, and it seems to be easiest for whatever reason if I do it from this little pop-up board that shows up when you press the right menu button when you're sitting in the cockpit. So with that, peace, and talk to you next time.